This is what a digital minimalist phone looks like after 6 years. Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm a digital freedom coach, and I'm here to help you find a digital mix that works well for what matters most to you. Last week, we talked a little bit about my story, my philosophy, and how I approach digital minimalism in a way that's a little bit different than other people. So if you're interested, you can go check that video out. This week, we're actually looking at how my philosophy applies in my real life. We're going to take a look at the apps that I use, the apps that I've deleted in the past year, and some things that surprised me as I started to pull back from different apps that I used to have. To start with, let's just take a look inside my phone and see what's there, and then we'll talk about what's not there. All right, now we are looking at my home screen after you unlock my phone. And as you'll notice, we are in complete grayscale. It makes a huge difference in how much you use your phone. One study found that it reduces phone use by 38 minutes per day, which is 25% if you use the average amount of screen time per day. All right, going from left to right, top to bottom, like we're reading a book, I have a calendar app, which as you can see, I haven't even set up. It's just a day of the week placeholder for me. Then we have my clock for setting timers and alarms, settings, notes. Google Calendar has notifications for me about different upcoming events. I'm trying to transition away from Google, so you'll see some things that I'm doing and some transitional apps along the way. Then I have just the iPhone maps because, again, like I said, I'm trying to get away from Google. Then I have voice memos and Calculator Plus. These did not come with the phone. I have different versions because I needed different functionality for those apps. You will see the original versions in the utilities folder that I, for some reason, can't get rid of, but I have them. Then in the entertainment folder, I have Goodreads for tracking the books that I want to read and the ones I have read, podcasts, Spotify for music, Libby and Hoopla are for ebooks and audiobooks from the library. Then I have Audible and Chirp. Chirp is basically just an audiobook app that I'm transitioning to as I transition away from using Amazon. Then in the social app, what you see might surprise you. I have Zoom for taking meetings on the go, Signal for private conversations, Family Album for sharing private pictures of my kid with my family. Full Term was a pregnancy app. Willow was a pumping app. I don't need them right now, but I might need them in the future, so I have those as placeholders. Medium is for reading articles, Similac for formula, and then Blink is a digital card. On the second folder, I don't even know why there is a second folder. It's completely blank. Then in the lifestyle folder, I have Ring for my doorbell, Flow for tracking my monthly cycle, Chewy for ordering food for my pets, Drive and Docs for accessing things I need on the go, like vet records, car records, passwords, that kind of thing. Epson is for printing things from my phone to the printer, Walmart and Target for groceries, Bose for my headphones. Then we have UFi Clean, which is my robot vacuum, Venmo for payments, DuckDuckGo is my browser, Ecobee is my smart thermostat, and Beehive is my sprinkler system. So as you can see, I am not anti-tech. I have a lot of things that are smart tech devices. And then in that third folder, I have banking apps, and I want to keep those private, so we won't look at those. Then in the utilities, like I said, it's all apps that came with the phone that I can't get rid of or that I don't use very often. Then in the travel folder, we have WhatsApp, Find My Phone, Insight Timer, Wallet, United Airlines, and Google Translate. These are things I just use when I travel, but I keep them here for when that happens so I don't have to re-download them. In the finance folder, I have all things for saving money. I have Upside, Fetch, McDonald's, Sam's Club, excuse me, Too Good to Go, Chick-fil-A, Flip, Costco, and Next Level Burger, which is a delicious vegan restaurant here. Okay, and they are a chain, so you might have them near you as well. Then this folder is a company that I'm using to try to replace Google in a lot of ways. So they have a VPN, a calendar, and a drive. And these are all things that I'm slowly moving stuff into away from my Google account. Okay, that is basically it. At the bottom, you'll see the phone, messages, and camera. And that is all I have. That little bottom thing is customizable, and it usually has 4 apps when you open your phone for the first time. But I like having just those 3 things. Okay, that is all on my phone. Really quick, I want to go through the apps that I remember deleting in the past year. Some of those things include social media apps. I had some tracking apps that I didn't use very much, apps that were no longer applicable to me or that I was trying them out, and some work communication apps. Before I go into those in a bit more detail, if you want a strategy, my strategy specifically for auditing your phone, decluttering your phone, and then slowly transitioning over time to see what works for you, you can get that process in a PDF down below in the link. So going a little deeper, social media, I ended up deleting a lot of my social media accounts entirely, so I deleted them. But for other ones, I just use the desktop version that includes YouTube and Reddit. So I don't use them on my phone. I don't even use them in my mobile web browser. Then there were a couple apps that I used to love, including Pocket, which was an app for saving articles. I loved being able to have all the ones I wanted to read in one place, but unfortunately, they stopped making that app. It no longer exists, or it's slowly being phased out as we speak. I deleted all communications for work. That includes email. I don't have any personal emails either. And then if you use Slack or Teams, those I would consider removing as well. And as terrifying as it was, deleting email from my phone, I found that it was so useful. This is a good place to transition to things that surprised me as I was deleting apps. So with the email one, I noticed that when I first deleted them, I was still checking my phone the same amount of times. I just would find other weird things to scroll, like through my photos, or I would do a random Google search. But it was interesting to watch that the habit wasn't yet changed, even though the app that was bothering me wasn't available anymore. It also, for a short period of time, made me addicted to checking my laptop because that's where I was able to access email and things. But that slowly faded over time. I just had to deal with the discomfort of that for a while. I also removed things that I was using to try to replace Facebook Marketplace because I really liked that feature when I had a Facebook account and I was trying to find other things like OfferUp to use instead. Unfortunately, OfferUp was not the thing for me, so I deleted that account and the app because being a digital minimalist, I like to keep things as slimmed down as possible. And if something's not working, I'm going to do the little bit of extra 30-second trouble of deleting the account as well, just so I don't have as many loose ends floating around in the digital space. What you might notice about my setup is I am not depriving myself of the things that I care about and that the things that I enjoy, like reading and traveling and saving money, are all shown on my phone. So I'm not going for a completely empty phone, but I am going for a phone that's functional and that doesn't hold me back from doing the things that matter most to me. We talked a little bit about grayscale as we were looking through my phone. And this week in an article, I shared 6 other ways you can use your phone settings to make your phone less addictive. So if you're interested in that, it's a really good pairing with this video, and you can find it down below. You can also subscribe to receive those weekly articles in your email inbox, which makes it just so much easier to make these changes because I'm giving you practical tips not only here on video, but in writing as well. And I don't share the exact same things there because I want them to work together. I don't want them to be redundant. Don't forget that if you want to go through the process yourself of digitally decluttering your phone, I have that process linked down below in a PDF that you can download and go through. It is a very easy process, but there are a couple steps that for me made a huge difference that I've also found have a huge difference for other people as well. That is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, take really good care of yourself. Bye.